Okay, we're going to get started. How many in here understand? Well, first of all, welcome to YSC, Yeshua Sabbath Church. It's good to have everybody here. We're going to be blessed because this is a special day. It's a high holy day, and it's when God does something special in the earth with His Son, Yeshua. So basically, the number 8 means something new. So it actually refers to the new heavens, new earth. So, YSC, you assemble on the high holy days. You assemble on the Sabbaths. That's a requirement. First fruits offering is important to God, very important. And you'll see first fruits mentioned all through the Bible. There's a first fruits at Passover, and there's a first fruits offering at Pentecost. And if you don't keep them at the proper time, then you have to make your ropes white in the fall at the grape harvest. This is the field. It's brown. And I marked the first part that became brown. The rest of it was green, but the first part that became brown, I circled it there. That's called the first fruits. It's not a lot of wheat. So when they go looking to declare the new month of Aviv, you don't have to have a whole field this brown. All you need is a first fruits offering, a small amount. Okay, do you go by God's calendar or a Jewish calendar? I'll say this about God's calendar. If you follow His calendar, you're going to keep all the holy days at the correct time. This year, if you follow a Jewish calendar, you're following God's calendar 1 month late. So you're going to, all your high holy days are going to be honored at the wrong time. How do you think God feels about that? I don't think He likes it one little bit if you keep all His high holy days on the wrong day. So obedience is the purest form of worship. Grace is important. Yes, it is. Works is important. Yes, it is. So I say it's both. You have to have a grace that you extend your brothers and sisters. You also have to have works that you perform for God. So I say it's both. Our opening prayer.
Hallelujah. Yahweh, Abba, Elohim. Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We just thank you for this wonderful high holy day, the 8th day of Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles. Hallelujah. I'm just so happy that you brought us here at this time for this day, and you allowed us to be here. We thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for the commandment. We want to be obedient to your commandments. Thank you, Lord. In the name of Yeshua.
Isaiah 58:13 through 14. You must observe the Sabbath rather than doing anything you please on my holy day. You must look forward to the Sabbath and treat Yahweh's holy day with respect. You must treat the Sabbath with respect by refraining from your normal activities and by refraining from your selfish pursuits and from making business deals. Then you will find joy in your relationship with Yahweh, and Yahweh will give you great prosperity and cause crops to grow on the land as I did for your ancestor Jacob. Know for certain that Yahweh has spoken.
Thank you. Now we're going to blow the shofars. Okay, now we're going to blow the silver trumpets. It says, watch and pray that you're worthy to escape everything that's about to happen. Rosh Chodesh is this coming Tuesday. We'll have a service here at 6 o'clock. Sunset is at 6:36. Moonset is at 7:21. Look Tuesday about the time, about 7:06, 2.5% visibility. So you might want to take a picture of that right there or write it down. We're going to blow silver trumpets and announce the new month. Okay, great. Greatest commandment, the Shema Levehavta.
Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh is our Elohim. Yahweh is one. Blessed is the name of his glorious kingdom for all eternity. The Ve'al Hafta, love your neighbor as yourself.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Gadol Elohai Shiu ki gadol Elohai Kol echad yileh ki gadol Elohai. אחד יראה, כי גדול, גדול אלוהי. גדול אלוהי, שירו כי גדול אלוהי, כל אחד יראה, כי גדול אלוהי.
honey on our lips. Your spirit's like water to our soul. Your word is a lamp unto our feet. Yeshua, we love you. We love you. I stand in awe of your presence. How could you love one such as I? One humbled sinner. I stand in awe of your presence. Why would you die for one lost out of hundreds? Yeshua, I stand in awe of your wonders. What, Lord, am I? A drop of dew in a forest. I stand in awe of your wonders. What purpose have I live only to praise you, Yeshua. You are a shield for me, my glory and the lifter of my head.
Now arise, O Lord, to your resting place with all your power and might. As we stand here clothed with your righteousness, we will sing and dance for joy. For you have chosen Zion as a place for you to dwell. We will run to the mountain of God. We will sound the alarm, salvation has come. We will dance, we will praise, we will worship the name, and all will bow before the glory of God. Glory of God.
You swore an oath unto Abraham, your covenant will stand, and on your throne in Jerusalem, you provided a lamb, and you had chosen Zion to make your glory known.
We will run to the mountain of God. We will sound the alarm, salvation has come. We will dance, we will praise, we will worship the name, and all will bow before the glory of God. Hodul Adonai Ki Tov. 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 We will run to the mountain of God. We will sound the alarm, salvation has come. We will dance, we will praise, we will worship the name, and all will bow before the glory. We will run to the mountain of God. We will sound the alarm, salvation has come. We will dance, we will praise, we will worship the name, and all will bow before the glory. All will bow before the glory. All will bow before the glory of God. Ni ma'amin, be'emunah shelema, be'riyat HaMashiach, ani ma'amin. Ni ma'amin, be'emunah shelema, be'riyat HaMashiach, ani ma'amin. Mashiach, ay, 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 ay. 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 ביום שיהיה ביום זה החגלו בכל יום שיבוא victory is mine, 'cause the battle is yours. I will dance in the midst of the fight. I will sing in the eye of the storm. I will shout, you are faithful forever. The victory is mine, 'cause the battle is yours. The victory is mine, 'cause the battle is yours. The victory is mine, 'cause the battle is yours.
There's some good worship music there. So during the worship music, did the Lord show you something from the words, or maybe this week a praise report? If He did, just raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Okay, I did get a kind of a rhema word this week. I was at a funeral yesterday, and actually the Lord had been dealing with me about something and a xylophone. Y'all know what a xylophone is. It's a little thing you hit and it makes music. And what I had thought was all just my thoughts about it. Because, you know, sometimes it's hard to tell, was God in this or is this just me? You know, so what I learned from it, from this funeral and everything, is when the Lord is in something, it is very obvious. Very obvious. There's no need for us to figure it out. And a lot of times that's what I would do. I would just try to figure it out in my head. Well, does He want me to do this? Or does He want me to do that? No. No need for that. God is very obvious when He's involved. So I just wanted to share that. Anybody else got something they'd like to share?
Yes, I do. And these are little things, but they're big. We have an 88-pound Great Pyrenees, and he needed to go to the vet. Larry and I could not do it. We couldn't. He's never had a collar on. He's never been in a car. He's just took care of the sheep. He needed to go to the vet, get his shots and all that stuff. We didn't know what we were going to do. We knew we had to put him in the back of the Buick to get him there. And our son-in-law came. It was like an angel. We were just at that point. What we're going to do, how are we going to get him in there? And Kevin just popped up, picked him up, and put him in the car. And you know, when we got there, then there were people in there that came out to get him, so we didn't have to do any of that. But that was just such a blessing. It was such a personal prayer, and the Lord was right there.
Thank you, because this was no easy task. It was very difficult for Lynn and I. But he got through it good, and he's actually sleepy the next day, and he was able to get his first haircut ever. He really looks good now. Okay, the 8th day. So we're going to read some scriptures. All Israel is to read the Torah annually, and the way we do it is called parshas. The Torah is divided into 52 parshas, and so we write down the words of God, and that's what we're going to read today. So reader number 1 is Lana and Pauline.
Okay, this is Deuteronomy 14. Thou shalt without fail tithe all the increase of thy seed that thy field brings forth each year. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in the place where He shall choose for His name to dwell. The tithe of thy grain, of thy wine, and of thine oil, and the firstborn of thy cows and of thy sheep, that thou may learn to fear the Lord thy God always. And if the way is too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or in the place is too far from thee, which the Lord thy God shall cross to set His name there, when the Lord thy God has blessed thee. Thou shalt thou sell it for money, and bind up the money in thy hand, and shall go unto the place which the Lord thy God shall choose, the place which the Lord your God shall choose, and they shall give that money for whatever thy soul desires, for cows or for sheep, or that thou shalt, or for wine, or for strong drink, or for whatever thy soul desires. And thou shalt eat there before the Lord thy God, and thou shalt rejoice, thou and thine household, before the Lord thy God. And thou shalt rejoice, thou and thine household, before the Lord our God. And thou shalt not forsake the Levite that dwells within thy gates, for he has no part for inheritance with thee. At the end of 3 years thou shalt bring forth all the tithe of thine increase the same year, and shall lay it up within thy gates. And the Levite, who has no part for inheritance with thee, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, who are within thy gates, thou shalt come and shall eat and be satisfied, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all the work of thy hands which thou doest.
Deuteronomy 15. At the end of every 7 years thou shalt make a release, and this is the manner of the release. Everyone who has lent anything to his neighbor, causing him to be in debt, shall release it. He shall not exact it any more of his neighbor or of his brother, because the release of the Lord is proclaimed. Of the foreigner thou shalt demand that it be repaid, but that which thy brother has of thine, thy hand shall release, so that thus there shall be no poor among you. For the Lord shall greatly bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God gives thee, for all an inheritance to possess it. Only if thou carefully hearest unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep and to do all these commandments which I command thee this day. For when the Lord thy God has blessed thee, as he promised thee, thou shalt lend unto many Gentiles. But thou shalt not borrow, and thou shalt rule over many Gentiles, but they shall not rule over thee. If there should be among you a poor man, or one of thy brethren within any of thy towns in thy land, which the Lord thy God gives thee, thou shalt not harden thine heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother. But thou shalt open thine hand wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need in that which he lacks. Keep thyself that there not be a thought of Belial in thy heart, saying, the 7th year of the year of release is at hand, and thine eye be evil against thy poor brother, to give him nothing. For he shall cry unto the Lord against thee, and it shall be a sin unto thee.
Okay, several things I see in this Torah portion I'll just make a comment about. It says at the end of 3 years, you're to give to the Levite, the widow, the poor. So that would be 10% in the 3rd year and 10% in the 6th year. So that's 20%. If you divide that by 7 years, that's 2.8% every year. So most people give to the poor and to the needy more than 2.8%. But thought I'd mention that. One of the most powerful verses is toward the bottom that Pauline read. It says, thou shalt not borrow money. That is a principle that has made Israel great. Do not borrow money. And if you're in debt, take the Dave Ramsey course like Led and I did, or do whatever you can to get out of debt as fast as you can. Of course, there are times when something happens and you have to borrow money, but have a plan to take care of it quickly. So now we're ready for reader number 2.
Deuteronomy 16. Thou shalt surely give unto him, and thine heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him, because for this thing the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thy works, and in all that thou puttest thine hand to. For the poor shall never cease out of the land. Therefore I command thee, saying, Thou shalt open thine hand wide unto thy brother, to thy poor, and to thy needy in thy land. And if thy brother, a Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, is sold unto thee, and serves thee 6 years, then in the 7th year thou shalt send him forth from thee free. And when thou send him out free from thee, thou shalt not send him away empty. Thou shalt furnish him liberally out of thy flock, and out of thy threshing floor, and give out of thy winepress of that which with which the Lord thy God has blessed thee, thou shalt give unto him. And thou shalt remember that thou wast a slave in the land of Egypt, and the Lord thy God ransomed thee. Therefore I command thee this thing today. And it shall be, if he says unto thee, I will not go away from thee, because he loves thee and thy house, because he is well with thee, then thou shalt take an awl, and thrust it through his ear unto the door, and he shall be thy slave forever. And also unto thy maidservant thou shalt do likewise. It shall not seem hard unto thee when thou sendest them away free from thee. For he has served thee for half the cost of a hired servant for 6 years, and the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all that thou doest. All the firstborn males that come out of thy herd and of thy flock thou shalt sanctify unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not do no work with the firstborn of thy bullock, nor shear the firstborn of thy sheep. Thou shalt eat it before the Lord thy God each year in the place which the Lord shall choose, thou and thy household. And if there is any blemish in it, is lame or blind, or has any blemish, thou shalt not sacrifice it unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt eat it within thy gates. The unclean and the clean person shall eat it alike, as the roebuck and as the hart. Only thou shalt not eat the blood thereof, thou shalt pour it upon the ground as water. Keep the month of the new fruit, Hebrew of Abib, and thou shalt do the Passover unto the Lord thy God. For in the month of the new fruit the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice a Passover unto the Lord thy God of the sheep and the cows in the place which the Lord shall choose to cause his name to dwell therein. Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of affliction. For thou didst come forth out of the land of Egypt in haste, that thou may remember the day when thou didst come forth out of the land of Egypt all the days of thy life. And there shall be no leavened bread seen in thee within all thy borders for 7 days. Neither shall any of the flesh which thou didst sacrifice the evening of the first day remain all night until the morning. Thou may not sacrifice the Passover within any of thy gates, or within any of thy towns which the Lord thy God gives thee.
Okay, I got a few comments. That last verse, do not keep Passover or observe Passover in your towns. That would be in your home where you live. So I see a lot of people say, well, I keep the Sabbath here at home. I don't go to church. I just keep it here at home. Well, I think that violates this verse here. You're to gather and keep the Sabbath in the high holy days where God says his name is placed, in a public place where you can assemble in a public place. Also, in the middle of the page there, he mentioned firstborn males. That would include people also. the firstborn is very important to God, and it's because he killed the firstborn of Egypt. Then on down it says, only thou shalt not eat the blood. That is part of the kosher law. Don't eat blood. That's part of the kosher law. So I'm going to tell you a little story that happened to Lana and I yesterday. We're sitting at, after the funeral, we're sitting at a restaurant. They make pancakes and waffles and all this stuff. And I said, and mine came with 2 eggs and sausage. And I asked the lady, I said, is this pork sausage? Or what kind of sausage is it? She said, well, we have pork sausage and we have turkey sausage. And I said, well, I don't want the pork sausage. I'll take the turkey sausage. And Lana says she heard me say that to the waitress. So listen carefully. Even though you do the right thing and say the right words, people can still mess up. So when she brought my order, I looked at the sausage and I said, what kind of sausage is this? Do you see what I just did? It's called checks and balances. I just checked her. I said, what kind of sausage is this? She said, well, that's pork sausage. I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I ordered turkey sausage. She said, no, you didn't. You ordered pork sausage. I said, do you mind if you go and get me the turkey sausage? She said, no, I don't mind at all. So you see what happened? You can do the right thing, but you gotta just, you gotta check it and make sure it is right, okay? Now reader number 3, that's me. Deuteronomy 16, but at the place which the Lord thy God shall choose to cause his name to dwell, Yeshua Sabbath Church is one of them. There thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at evening, going down of the sun, at the appointed time when thou came out of Egypt. Thou shalt roast it, eat it in the place where the Lord God shall choose, and thou shalt turn in the morning and return unto thy tabernacle. 6 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread. But he actually eat it 7, because ye eat it on the 7th day. On the 8th day ye shall have a solemn assembly, ye shall do no work, and ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice on fire, an acceptable savor unto the Lord, 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs, several animals here, drink offerings. And of course we don't have to do offerings because Yeshua is the lamb, the sacrifice from the beginning of the world. So he did it. No more animal sacrifice. These things you shall offer unto the Lord in your solemnities, beside your vows and your free will offerings, in your burnt offerings, and in your presents, and in your drink offerings, and in your peace offerings. So this is talking about other offerings other than animal sacrifice. So there are other offerings that we make, okay? Moses told the sons of Israel according to all that the Lord had commanded Moses. And Moses spoke unto the princes of the tribes concerning the sons of Israel, saying, this is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. 1 Kings 8. And it was so that when Solomon had made an end of praying all this prayer and supplication unto the Lord, he arose from before the altar of the Lord, from kneeling on his knees with his hands extended toward heaven. And he stood and blessed all the congregation of Israel with a loud voice, saying, blessed be the Lord that has given rest unto his people Israel, according to all that he said. Not one word has failed of all his good word, which he spoke by the hand of Moses his slave. The Lord our God be with us as he was with our fathers. Let him not leave us nor forsake us, that he may incline our hearts unto him, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, his statutes, and his rights, which he commanded our fathers. So when you read Exodus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Leviticus, those are the rules given to our fathers, okay? And let these my words which I have made supplication before the Lord Be near unto the Lord our God day and night, that he maintain the judgment of the slave and the cause of the people Israel at all times, as the matter shall require, that all the peoples of the earth may know that the Lord is God, and that there is no other. Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God. I've heard people say, well, you can't be perfect. Jesus is the only one. Here he's saying he wants his people to be perfect. So what's the definition of perfect? Keeping the commandments. And it says it right there, walking in his statutes, keeping his commandments. That's the definition of perfect right there. Then the king and all Israel with him offered sacrifices before the Lord. Now we're ready for reader number 4. Cheyenne.
1 Kings 8. And Solomon offered sacrifices of peace, which he offered unto the Lord, which were 22,000 oxen and 120,000 sheep, as the king and all the sons of Israel dedicated the house of the Lord. That same day the king sanctified the middle of the court that was before the house of the Lord. And there he offered the burnt offerings and the presents and the fat of the offering, because the basin altar that was before the Lord was too small to receive the burnt offerings and the presents and the fat of the peace offering. And at that time Solomon held a feast, and all of Israel with him, a great congregation. From the evening in the Hamath until the river of Egypt, before the Lord our God, for 7 days, and another 7 days, even 14 days. On the 8th day he sent the people away, and they, blessing the king, went unto their tents joyfully and glad of hearts, and all of the goodness that the Lord had done unto David his slave, and unto all Israel his people. And after 6 days, Matthew 17, And after 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James, and John, his brother, and brought them apart up into a high mountain. And he was transfigured before them, and his face shined as the sun, and his raiment was as white as the light. And behold, Moses and Elijah appeared unto them, talking with him. Then Peter answered and said unto Jesus, Lord, it is good for us to remain here. If thou desire, let us make 3 tabernacles here, one for thee, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. While he yet spoke, behold, a cloud of light overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud, which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. And when the disciples heard this, they fell on their face and feared greatly. Then Jesus came and touched them and said, Arise, and do not be afraid. And when they had lifted up their eyes, they saw no one except Jesus only. And as they came down from the mountain, Jesus charged them, saying, Tell the vision to no one until the Son of Man is risen from the dead. Mark 12. And one of the scribes came, having heard their dispute, and knowing that he had given a good response unto them, asked him, Which is the principal commandment of all? And Jesus responded unto him, The principal of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy thought, and with all thy strength. This is the principal commandment. And the second is like that, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. For there is no other commandment greater than these. Then the scribe said unto him, Well, Master, thou hast said the truth, that God is one, and there is none other outside of him. And to love him with all your heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself is more than all the burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thank you. And as she read Mark 12, what came to me was that if you want to qualify for the 8th day in the new heavens, new earth, I'd say you have to understand Mark 12 really good. Okay? So, we're ready to have the right blessing. And then after that, I'll do a few announcements. So stand, receive the name of the Lord. Yevarekah Yahweh Vaish Mareka. Yair Yahweh Panalveka V'Kaneka. Yasa Yahweh Panalveka V'Asem Laka Shalom. Yahweh bless you and keep you. Yahweh make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. In our Hebrew lesson, Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei mezanot. Blessed are you, Yahweh Elohim, King of the universe, who creates all kinds of food. Okay, a few announcements. You can be seated. This is a very important slide here. The first time I saw it back 11 years ago, I didn't understand it. Just plain didn't understand it. And I researched it to see if what the man was teaching was correct. And to the best of my knowledge, and I spent probably over a year studying this slide, and he is correct. In 1996, that's at the very bottom right, 1996 is when the last Shinar period of time began. It's called Jubilee year, the last Jubilee year. 120 Jubilee years, and then comes everlasting righteousness. So the middle of the week is 2020. Well, I've already talked about 2020, so you know you're cut off in 2020. So y'all understand that. But guess what? There are only 23 years left from 2025 to 2044. 2044 begins the next millennium, Sabbath age of rest. So in 23 years, everlasting righteousness is established. All of Revelation occurs, and the 8th day begins. So the 8th day is very close. 3 times, and now I'm going to prove it to you. There we are on the correct calendar. 3 times a year, all males are to appear before God and pray. There were airport lockdowns beginning Passover, March 11, 2020. So these people, they went to Israel every year to pray at the Wailing Wall and different places, could not pray at Passover, Pentecost, and Tabernacles. No flights were going into Israel, so their prayers were cut off. That's what happened in 2020. That is an historical fact. That happened in 2020.
Fear not. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord.
Great one, you cannot reach the fire of God.
After this day you shall see his chariots no more. The Lord of hosts will do battle for us. Behold his mighty hand. understand the power of God.